Fuji today. Just waiting for all the drivers to enter. And then we'll be on our way. So let's get them to enter. Should remind them to change their tyres. Spot quite like that though. So as per usual, they have to change their tyres compared to what they qualified on. So I'll ask if everyone's ready. Should get out of that. Right, let's change the grid. So in qualifying we had Chris Pengelly was fastest, so he goes to the back of the grid. The usual story that the fastest gets 4 points but goes to the back, and then Jimmy had a good second quickest, but he was on the super soft, so he's going to be on the mediums. Chris Cross was third. Then we have Dan Charters starts just in front of Chris, and then Mike, and then Alex Pearce on pole. So we've got Alex, and then Mike, and then we've got Harry, and then Dan, and then we've got Chris Lewis, Jimmy Coleman, and Chris Pengelly at the start. Right, here we go. So 9 laps of the Fuji short track for the Group 4s. 15-minute race in which they have no tyre stops allowed. And a rolling start to start with. So here we go. We've got Alex on pole. Waiting for the rolling start to kick off, and then we'll be away. So Alex followed by Mike, Harry, Dan, and then the fast boys from qualifying. You see that Alex is on the mediums. Mike is also on the mediums. Mike's on super soft, so this should be interesting. Tyre wear is quite bad at this track, so we'll see how that works out. So we're just waiting for the countdown as we go, and it's a hugely long straight here on the. So we go to a lot of slip streams. Away we go. So rolling start, and away Alex is leading the train. So we'll probably see a lot of weaving as they go down the main straight. Alex has got a good start, but if we look back a little bit, I think we've already got a bit of racing going on. It looks like Dan's going to have a go at Harry, and Mike's gone down the inside for first place. So we've got to change the lead already. Mike has taken the lead from Alex, but Alex has got a good run coming back up the hill into the very, very fast King left-hander. So it looks like Alex is going to have another crack and go down the inside. I think he's got it. Is he going to get it stopped in time? He has. He's gone wide. So I think he's come back though, okay. We've got some movement down the back. So we've got Dan's up down into 5th now, and you've got Chris Pengelly right behind him. And Usat's gone wide, so Alex has gone wide as he goes into the tight left-hand hairpin, and Chris Pengelly's already up to 4th now. And we've got a battle going on at the back. We've got Jimmy Coleman and Dan Charters having a good scrap, like they always seem to do, those two. Let's quickly go at the front though, so we've got Mike's got a bit of a lead here, but now we've got Chris Pengelly is now moving up. He's making a move on to Chris Lewis. Doesn't quite make that one stick. Who's that in the background? I think that's Jimmy Coleman gone wide. So the Peugeot should be super strong down here. It's very, very quick down the straights. Chris is going to make a move down the inside. Oh, is Chris going to a little bit wide? And I think Chris is through. Yes, Chris is up to 3rd already from the back. But Chris Lewis is going to have another comeback down the inside. If you just keep it tight though, I think he might have a decent run down the straight. It's such a huge long straight here. So as we go, Mike Ross leading in lap 1. Then we got Harry. The BMW has got Chris right behind him. We'll go on board with Chris. Here he comes in the tow. Swooping past. Got nowhere near behind us, so yeah, easy move. From the bonnet now of Harry Blake. Oh, he's hit Chris off though. He's hit Chris off. They've both gone wide. If we come back out, oh, that could be a steward's inquiry. Just booted him clean off. So. Chris has now dropped down. He's only dropped down to 4th though. He didn't lose too much. Let's have a quick replay of that, shall we? Oh, replay's not working. Here we go. So, oh no, we didn't go back far enough. Let's come out of that. Didn't quite go back far enough. So back on out to the front. So we've got Mike who's leading now. Still only a second ahead of Chris Lewis though, so it's not much behind between them. The field's still quite tight. And then we've got Harry in third, recovering Chris Lewis, Chris Pingo in fourth. Alex Pearce in fifth, Jimmy in sixth, and Dan in seventh. So we're now watching Mike. Camera's on rubbish on this track. Still leading nicely from Chris Lewis, chasing him up. He's 6 steps behind now, he's getting closer. But oh, we got a battle now for third, but looks of it. Yeah, so the battle's rejoined now between Harry and Chris Pengelly. So I think Chris is going to try and replay him. Oh, Harry's jumping a little bit. A bit of buffering going on there. So Harry's gone wide. Now what he could do, so he could pick up the toe there, but he's not going to get the toe now. I think he's too far back. So Chris up to third. And he's got Jimmy behind him. Is Jimmy going to be close enough to have a look? I think so. Picking up the toe. That Peugeot is super strong down the straights. Don't think Jimmy's going to be close enough. He's going to make a little bit of a move. So we've got the front. Oh, Chris Lewis has gone past. Let's look at that. Chris Lewis has taken the lead. That's gone back a long way, that has. That's gone back a long way. So Chris is in the lead, but Mike's still on his tail though. This is really close. Is Mike going to have a look down the inside into the hairpin? No, he isn't. He's got a good drive coming out though as we let's go on board with Mike. Here we go on board with Mike. Is he going to take a look into the very fast right hand? This is the short version of the track they're running here, not the long. So this would normally be a hairpin in the Group 3 race, which will follow this one. In this race, it's the relatively quick right hander. And if we look back, we've got Chris right behind us now. So Chris Pengelly is looking quick. And Mike's going to take down the inside. He's going to quite make it. Looks like Chris Pengelly's going to get down the outside of us. Let's go outside and see where Chris is. He's on the outside. He's going to try and go around the outside. Chris is trying to go around the outside now. He's going around the outside. Now, I think Mike might struggle here because that Peugeot is super quick. So we'll look what's going on in the back here. So we've got a very tight battle between Jimmy and Dan as per usual. Now, Jimmy's on the mediums. Dan is on the super soft. So that's going to be an interesting battle because probably the mediums are going to last quite a lot longer on this track. But here we go. So we've got Chris is having a look now at Chris Lewis. The two Chris's are battling. Is Chris going to try and go around the outside? Come outside, there we go. He's making a move around the outside, but I don't think he's quite got it on that Peugeot. He's very quick down the straight, so I think he's going to get him as they run up the hill. He's got the inside now. Can Chris Lewis defend it? I don't think he can. I think Chris Pengelly's through. And they're on similar tyres. Now, of course, this is where Chris Lewis, the Aston, is much better on tyres than the Peugeot, so we look already. So we're not even halfway through the race, so you can see clearly a difference in the tyre wear already. That Peugeot does eat his tyres. So we've got Mike then, he's not far behind though in third. Not far at all. So again, that Porsche is pretty good on its tyres. So whilst this is looking pretty good for Chris Pengelly at the moment, that Peugeot does eat his tyres up. So let's see what happens. We've got Harry's ghosting a bit. He's flicking around a little bit. See if he can sort that out for the next race. I think Alex Pearce in a good fifth, but he's being harried by Jimmy. Jimmy's right behind him. Jimmy's having a look down his side now. This is a very technical section. Very easy to get wrong though, but it means you can have multiple lines. So we'll see here that Harry is going to try and cut down. He's going to try and go around the outside here. Can he do that? No. Oh, a bit of rubbing his racing, and now we've got a straight fight. Here we go. So Jimmy got a better run out the corner, but I would imagine Alex is going to tuck into the toe, or is he just going to simply try and out-drag him? Drag race. Here we go. So you can see that Peugeot just drawing alongside him. So go side by side down the main straight. Who's going to brake first? Let's have a look. Alex has clearly got the in front, but Jimmy's going to dive down the inside. He's left his braking really late. Let's have a look there. He's made it. Great move back from Jimmy. So Alex out-grunted him down the straight, but Jimmy braked a little bit later and got him back. So a cracking bit of racing from these two. And I think Dan Charters is thinking, I'm going to join these two if they're going to continue to muck around. It's a great racing. So Chris is leading, but he's not pulling away that much from Chris Lewis. He did 54.5. He did 53, so he's 1.5 seconds quicker, but he's not pulling away a huge amount. And you got Mike who's hanging on the back of Chris Lewis, so that's quite close. You got Harry's a little bit on his own now. He's 2.5 seconds away from third, but he's well clear of Jimmy. And then we've got his battle for fifth. Jimmy on his mediums, Dan on Alex on mediums, and on the super soft lane, Dan's going to go down the inside into the complex. Goes a little bit wide. Alex gets it back, and they're going to be alongside each other for the left-hander, and then tightens up as they go around, and then turns into a right-hander. These three having a cracking scrap. Is Alex going to dive down the inside, or is he going to do a switch back and go wide? Yeah, so that's a good move. He's going to go out wide, try and get a good run as he comes out, and I reckon. Dan's playing with fire going out there. So let's have a look on board with. Here we go on board with Alex. He's getting the toe, and that car is super fast down the straights. So look the rear bumper. We just see Dan appearing. There he is. Dan goes into the toe now. So he's now looking. Is he going to try and outbrake him, Alex, into the first corner? No, he's left. Brake quite early, but Alex got it turned in nicely, so that was a nice bit of braking there from Alex. He didn't overcook that one. So to the leaders now. Let's see what's going on here. Go back outside. So Chris is only 1.5 seconds in front of Chris Lewis, so he's not walking away with this one. If that's a function of his tyres. So yeah, his fronts are starting to go quite heavily now. If we look at, Chris Lewis's tyres are nowhere near as bad and a bit more even. So, as I said, there's still another 3 laps after this race. Another 3 laps to go. And Chris is only 1.6 ahead. And his tyres are really beginning to go now. So, let's see what happens. I'll keep a watch on that one. So, the gap's 1.8. So, Chris Lewis isn't out this one yet. Not by any shot, I think. Look back a bit, so we've got Mike who's looks like the pretty comfortable third now. He's a little ahead of the jumping Harry. And then if we look at Jimmy, so Jimmy's on the medium, so his tyres are looking pretty good. And then we've got Dan who's on the super soft, who's right behind. He's driving a cracking scrap. Dan's got really wide coming out of the last corner. But he's on super soft, starting to go a bit now, whereas Alex is looking. His mediums are looking a fair bit better, so the mediums are slower, but it gets to this time of the race where you get the crossover, and despite the tyres being slower, they're not wearing anywhere near as much. So let's go back up front there. So Chris is 1.6, so Chris Lewis is definitely keeping Chris Pengelly honest here. Chris won was the first double winner last time out in Tokyo, where he won the Group 4 race by literally a couple of inches from Matt Sykes, and then went on to win the Group 3s as well. So he's the first driver to do the double. So he's not having all his own way here. He's the 42.0 and Chris Lewis in the 42.1. So they're pretty even at the moment. They've dropped a bit. Mike, who's 43s, Harry's 44s. Jimmy's 44, 45s, Alex is 46s, and Dan's 47. So they're pretty much in order of speed at lap times at the moment. But this is good. In fact, you look at this now. Chris is beginning to get Chris Lewis is definitely gaining on Chris Pengelly, and there's 2 more laps to go yet. Those tyres are beginning to go. I think we go on board with Chris Lewis. That gap is slowly coming down. On board the Aston. I think the Peugeot's got the legs down the straight, but if the Aston gets a sniff of the toe, Aston's sliding everywhere, but Chris is, you can tell he's definitely struggling to put the power down. We're definitely closing on him, so stay on board for a little bit with Chris Lewis. So Chris Pengelly's got the fastest lap, but I think his tyres are really starting to slow him down. I think Chris Lewis is smelling here that if he plays his cards right and he doesn't make any mistakes, Chris Pengelly is there to be taken here. If we look at the tyres, so yeah, you can see that Chris's left front is in a desperate state. Chris Lewis is definitely coming at it now. This is shaping up to be an absolute cracker of a battle for the lead. I think we'll stay with this. Looks like there's a bit of a gap between the rest of them, but Chris Pengelly is I think he's going to work for this one, which is great to see. We look behind now at Chris Lewis. Gap's to the seconds. Chris is getting it sideways, looking out the rear bumper of Chris Pengelly. Although the roof cam from yeah, right. Is he going to get a decent run there? If he gets a good run out this last corner, which is tricky, he might get a bit of a toe. He got a decent run there. Here we go. You can see the gaps coming down. That Peugeot is fast. Once it gets on the speed, you can see that. Yeah, the delta's not really changing. So even though he's less than a second behind, that Peugeot's actually pulling away. This is the problem that he's going to have. He's trying to keep hold of that Peugeot down the straight. Looking around to see if there's anything else going on. So Chris does braking. Aston's taking yards out in the hairpin. Go on board now with Chris Lewis. Down to half a second now, gap. Chris is really struggling to put the power down. Let's go on board. See if there's any other racing going on. I don't really want to take my eyes off this one because this is looking a cracking scrap for the lead. He's really closed up now. I think he might have a go here. In the Group 3s, this would be a really good passing place. In the Group 4s, not so easy. It's not much of a braking zone here, but let's watch them as they go into. Is Chris Lewis going to make a move into this corner? This is the last lap as well. Chris has got a bit sideways. He's still hanging on though. He's going to make it. Oh, this is going to be so close. I think if he's smart, he'll wait for the main straight and have a go, unless he tries to dive down the inside here. So they're going to be side by side. I think this is going to be a phenomenal finish. And we got a battle for third as well and fourth, but I don't really want to leave the two leaders. I say Chris is going to hang it out wide. Is he going to try and do the switch back and then get a run to the line? Chris is right on him. Here we go. It's all about the toe now. That Peugeot is quick down the straight. Can Chris stay with him? It's so close. I think Chris Pengelly is going to get it. The front of the Peugeot is going to take it. Is he going to get it? I think he's going to do it. I think Chris should have stayed in the toe. Chris Pengelly gets the win. What a phenomenal race. And now we've got drag race for third as well. Here we go. Mike Ross is just in front, but it looks like Harry's going to take it. Harry's taking it. Look at this. 2 races to the line. Wow. 2 amazing finishes there. And then we've got a race for 5th as well. 5th and 6th. Alex is not too far behind, but what a phenomenal race that was. Incredibly close. Take a picture of the finish at the end, but that was phenomenal. 2 amazing races there for the first and third. So Dan comes across the line to finish. So there we have it. That's our result. A phenomenal race there by Chris Pengelly and Chris Lewis. Chris Pengelly's tyres really starting to go, but a brilliant win there. He came from last and got up to lead, but then the tyres started to go, so that was a phenomenal race. So let's look at the finish. We got Chris Pengelly wins by 0.136 of a second from Chris Lewis, and then you've got third was a great third from Harry, who finished 200ths in front of Mike for 4th, and then Jimmy and Alex 5th and 6th had a great race, and you got Dan Charters in 7th. So that was a phenomenal race. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I do. So we'll have a short 10-minute break whilst the guys move into the Group 3s for the feature race, which is 25 minutes long, and so we will regroup in 10 minutes or so. So hopefully you'll join us for the next race, which effectively is going to be round 10. Sorry, round 8 of the series of race night number 4. So we will see you for the next race.